All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. You guys that's been waiting. Uh, just to give you a little synopsis of what's been going on. I've been sick lately, so that's why I couldn't be on live a lot. But there are some things that happen in the course of, I would say, this winter break. If you're in college, um, if you're uh, if you're in school, this winter break. But if you're in a working environment, this Christmas, right, where I know that that's the most popular thing that's going on right now, where our president actually bombed Nigeria in the name of Christianity. I wanted to give a little update, a little just my point of view on it. So just I would say let's go to the theme song. All right, welcome back. Welcome back, you guys. For you guys that's tuning in on Twitch, my name is Woody, and I am the host of the Yashar podcast. You guys that's on Instagram, if you already know me, yo, what's good? If you don't, my name is Woody, and again, I'm the host of the Yashar podcast. So, what is the Yashar podcast? So, Yashar podcast, what we do, we talk about various topics. We not only talk about various topics, but also we have a strong focus on business, right? We have a strong focus on business, and we usually, I'm like my last host was David Hill, and he is a 28-year-old man that is an entrepreneur. He is the owner of Rap Happy, and if you go on my social media, you'll see some of his clips, right? I haven't posted the whole video on YouTube yet, because I'm still editing that episode. But just be on the lookout for that video, man. Well, my podcast we focus on drinking, and if you know me, you know what's my favorite drink. Um, do me a favor. If you know me, you know what's my favorite drink. I will be giving out. I'll be giving out some prizes for whomever comment my favorite drink first. Okay, whoever comment my favorite drink first. Okay, I'm not gonna say it, right? Whoever comments my favorite drink first, if you know me, you comment my favorite drink first. I will most definitely send you a prize. Okay, so I won't tell you what the prize is, and if you know, you know, right? So let's go back to the main topic at hand, right? So what's the main topic at hand? So the main topic at hand is this. We On December 25th, I was scrolling on social media, and there's this big thing where it's speaking about it's speaking about this big thing that they're speaking about that hey um that they're speaking about Donald Trump and what he's been doing lately. He's been dabbling in some I would say first let's go all the way back from the beginning, right? Upon my research, the main thing is that we all know by now that on December 25th, on Christmas Day, Donald Trump actually ordered a strike, a missile strike, in the northern part of Nigeria, where there's a lot of I would say ISIS and Taliban's that's apparently um, assassinating Christians, right? So before we even talk about this, right, we need to know where did that come from? Why is he doing it? Where did he find the authority to do that, right? So upon my research, if we're looking at globally, right, we'll see that the United States, because it's a great power, all of a sudden it became, for some reason, the police of the world, right? And you're like, Woody, what do you mean by police, right? If you look at some of the actions that Americans are taking, America is taking around the world, is you'll see that the main thing that they really doing or they're focusing on is trying to bring peace around the world and bringing what's right, right? But if you really looking at it and you're really focusing on it, you'll see that um, Americans, they don't really focus on what's right. If you look at my country specifically, there I was talking to a soldier that went to Pétionville, right? That's a city down in Haiti, in Port-au-Prince. That's a city in Port-au-Prince, and it was during Aristide, President Aristide. That's the president of that time. In I think 1994, where he went, and the main thing was for them to do a coup on Aristide when he was president around that time. And he was talking about, he was not going into too much details though, because he wasn't going into too much details, but he's literally stating that how we as Americans, how we manipulate the system. But if we go back through history, we know that that's not something that's far fetched from the Americans. You know that's not far fetched, right? And you know that that's exactly how America was founded, by manipulation and coercing and influencing. That's why we're big on finding influencers, creators, and all that. We're big on that. We're big on painting a picture, right? Um, if we go back through history, you'll see that America, that's the main thing that we did when the English kicked a whole bunch of white men, the scum of their time, out, and they were looking for a place to stay. They landed on what they call the Americas, right? They landed here, and we know how that story plays out. If I had to fast forward, I was and fast forward where you heard of how they depict Thanksgiving, right? When they actually did a massacre on Thanksgiving, and then they celebrate it as a big major holiday. Because why? Because that's the American way. When we do some messed up shit, when we do some fucked up shit, let's decorate it. Let's make it look like a beautiful disaster, right? When they say they create the beauty in the storm, yeah, let's create the beauty in the storm. Now back to the main topic at hand, right? So, my thing is this, right? Uh, they act like, the first thing, right? Donald Trump is not a Christian. He don't believe in Jesus. He's not a Christian. But all of a sudden, they're assassinating the Christians, so we had to bomb it, right? So to me, that's the first red flag, right? But if you look at it, right, to me, it's like a way of getting in, right? And we know that Abraham Traore, uh, um, the I think Burkina Faso leader, the country over there. If I'm saying the name wrong, hey, listen, don't shoot me. I'm saying the name wrong, right? If we're looking at it, that the way that they're manipulating, the way that Americans are manipulators. I do think this. This is just me, right? And you guys could take it. You guys could do whatever that you want with it, right? This is just me speaking, right? This is just me speaking. I do think that Donald Trump has an agenda when it comes to Africa, right? When we go back to the motherland, we know that we got a bucket load of resources. I don't need to go straight down the list of all the resources that we have. And if you're asking me, it's called a research, right? And you're gonna be like, "What do you always talk?" Yeah, it's called research. Do your own research, because before I come on here, I do my research and I bring it to you the way that I understand. Okay. So if you feel like you can correct me, you'll feel free to, as you can see, right? I have extra couch here for a reason. Okay. If you want to educate me, you want to educate the world, please make sure, shoot me a DM, shoot me something. And I'll invite you. I'll invite you and we'll sit down and you'll tell me what drink that you want. I'll provide the drink, right? As you can see, I have a few selections here, some of the most popular ones, some of them that we people just want to drink, right? And some, if you want to correct me, if you feel like what I'm saying is incorrect, please make sure don't go ahead and do any post and say that Woody don't know what he's talking about. Clearly, Woody don't know what he's talking about, right? So come and educate me if you think that you know more than what I know, right? So my this is my take, right? This is my take. Seeing how Americans are, seeing how manipulative that we are, right? The Tulsa, Oklahoma bombing, right? Um, the Tulsa, Oklahoma bombing, or Black Wall Street, they did that because they felt threatened. They felt threatened that we would. First, they used a dumb situation, a made up story about this kid that went into an elevator and the woman screamed out rape. First, they killed that kid, right? They killed that kid because apparently that little kid touched or raped that white woman in an elevator out in the open. So all of a sudden, this little kid raped or touched or hurt a white woman, and they crucified them. They crucified that kid, and that's number one. That's where it's messed up, right? But what's even more messed up is the fact that we are the government and we are here to help. The government put in their agenda at that time to actually mess up Black Wall Street because we learned, and that was something that I was talking about too today. We learned how to not only control money, but control money within our society, within our environment. Things that we're lacking now. I'm going to say it again. Things that we are lacking now, that type of education that we're lacking now to create our own bank, to create our own stuff, right? And to keep the dollar rotating or flying or rotating within our community. Nowadays, you could see that the black dollar don't stay in our community for long. I would say 6 seconds the most. 6 seconds the most. If you think about it, let's think about it, right? The last time you supported a black-owned business that's in your community, and that black-owned business, where do they go get their product? Not a black manufacturer, right? But in Black Wall Street, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, listen, man, we got everything on our own, blood, sweat, and tears. And we were thriving so much that we did not need the other side for nothing. And what they did, they bombed it. And for years, where the citizens that survived that was saying that fire was coming from the sky, coming from the sky, they was like, no, don't. What are they talking about? Yeah, da, da, da. No, it was that. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. The government had nothing to do with it. The government had nothing to do with it. But in 2024, they admitted to it. If you want to, go do your research. And what's messed up is that they're not even gonna give restitution or however you call it. They don't do that. Why? Because the insurance company labeled it as a in order for insurance to not pay. And this is why it is extremely important for you to have life insurance, right? There was one of the posts that I saw on Instagram that if all black individuals literally had a 500,000, 200,000 dollars life insurance policy, that insurances, you'll see that a whole bunch of death in the black community would stop. A whole bunch of death in the black community will stop. They would take care of us more. Why? Because they know every time that a black person is hurt, every time that one of us get hurt, a lot of money's coming out of their pocket. All of that is education, people. All of that is education. So back to the main topic at hand. So we going to how we are even a danger to ourselves. That's the first thing. So how are you going to police the world when you are a danger to yourself? That's what pisses me off. That's what really pisses me off. How you are a danger to yourself, but you're policing the world. So all of a sudden you wake up one beautiful, and what pisses me off, right? That's how you know that history repeats itself. Don't think that America is the only person that's responsible for it. Because apparently, the elites or the people that's in charge of Nigeria was okay with that. They were okay with it. They gave them more intel. That's what pissed me off, right? And again, history, right? When was the last time that happened? If you know the last time that happened, put it in the comments. The last time that happened. And what happened when Africans, we gave intel, we gave resources, we gave stuff. What happened the last time? And that's the thing. We don't learn. We do not learn. What's crazy is the fact that we forgive and forget, right? But we don't learn. You don't see that it is just a plot so in order for him to get in and devour you. It is just a way for him to actually get in and to devour you, and you don't see it. Now, listen. Now, I have nothing against President Trump. If you think that I have something against him, I got nothing against him. Why? Because he is pushing the agenda. Push the agenda, brother. Push it. I have no problem. You can push the agenda, but just know that we know. Just know that we know. So, with that being said, with that being said, um, going deeper, right? What I think that's going to happen. What I think is going to happen, right? And if we look at the map, Nigeria is sort of kind of like a big country in Africa, right? It's sort of kind of like a big country in Africa. So he goes and bombs, right? And when he bombs Nigeria, the northern part of Nigeria. The main thing that he said, the main thing that they said is that the Nigerian government is in cahoots. They know that, and the Taliban's been doing a whole bunch of stuff to the Christians and all that. But my thing is this: if you cared about the Christians and all that, right? How many Christians do we have in our black communities? How many Christians do we have in our environment that gets killed, right? Those church shootings, right? Those church shootings. Don't think that we forgot about that now. This is where the hypocrisy comes, right? Your backyard, you have shootings, mass shootings of people inside of a regular church where white people just come in and shoot it, right? And you guys don't do nothing about it, but we are the government and we are here to help. And all of a sudden, now we're worried about something that's all the way in Africa. To me, that's a red flag. To me, is that let's go back to Ibrahim Traore. Traore, I think that's what his name. Yeah, something like that. Let's go back to that guy. This dude is doing wonders. And again, right? You would think that he is old. I think that he's 38, turning 39. And I do think that this generation, the generation that's coming up, man, we are world changers. We are game changers, man. What I do think that his plot is this. He's gonna go, he's gonna help Nigeria, all right? Just to infiltrate, get a seat at the table to say that, yeah, I helped Nigeria. We stopped the ISIS thing, which I, to be honest, uh, 9 times out of 10, if we look at the guns and the tracking and all that, you'll see that for some reason, all those weapons track back to America. But that's neither here nor there. I probably don't know what the hell that I'm talking about, right? I probably don't know what I'm talking about. But if we really do the research, we'll see who really is the person that's manipulating those people. Because you can't tell me that they wake up one day and say, you know what, we're gonna kill Christians, right? But that's neither here nor there. Let me just don't worry about that side, right? That's me just rambling. So my thing is this: once he go ahead and act like he's been helping Africa for the longest, we destroyed the terrorist problem that you guys had in northern Nigeria. We supplied Nigerians with all the things that they need, and we have been helping, and we've been doing good. And then Ibrahim Traore is gonna look at him, and for him to sit down and plot against Abraham. So my thing is this, right? When we hear and see things in the news, um, not only that we need to be careful and mindful. Because me, I could care less how people feel. I'm gonna tell you like I see it. I do think that there's a bigger master plan here. I do think that that's just the beginning, and not only that is just the beginning, but I do think that most of the things that Donald Trump is doing is this agenda that he's pushing. He's pushing, and sadly for us, we're too stuck in our social media. We're too stuck in the things that we're doing, and you're gonna be like, "What are you, a hypocrite too?" Because you're on social media and telling, but I got to meet you where you at. And this is me just talking. This is a regular talk because my shows is on Sundays, right? And this is me just regular talking because I felt like I didn't catch up with you guys for 2 weeks. I was supposed to bring you guys a guest, but right now I've been sick and I've been making sure that this environment is conducive to the guests that I bring on board, right? So, with that being said, I do think that we need to put a high focus on Africa. I do think that we need to put a high focus on Africa right now. Of course, we're gonna be like, Woody, you're Haitian. Why are you not putting focus on Haiti? Put focus on Haiti, most definitely. I do think that we need to support my people. Um, Although I've been a victim of the bad things that they're currently doing in Haiti. I've been a victim of it. If you want to know, that'll be if you want to know how I've been a victim. I have my uncle that was in Haiti, and that it hurts me a lot, right? It hurts me a lot to say. I have one of my uncles that was in Haiti, and um, I think that he was helping the white people with agriculture, and because he had a lot of stuff, he had a lot of good things going on for him. And one of the things that currently happened was he they went into his house, they pulled him out, they beat him, they publicly executed him. They publicly executed him, and they had the funeral. They had the funeral a few days ago. So that's what I've been going through. They had the funeral a few days ago, and did it hurt me? Yes, it did. It hurt me a lot, and do I think of it all the time? Yes, I do. The does it Is it going to change me a lot? Yes. And does it harden my heart? Yes, it does. Because at the end of the day, I do understand what's going on in the world. But if we as Haitians, right, if we as Haitians don't care for ourselves, don't realize the things that we're doing to our own, and don't realize that united we stand, divided we fall. If we do not call out to our ancestors, call out to God Himself, call out to our ancestors, and ask Him to give us that spirit to fight this. Because I do think that that's a that's a slavery in itself. I do think that the way that Haiti is operating right now is off of hurt, off of pain, and the effects of slavery and the effects of being taken advantage of for a long time. And I do think that the only person that could give Haiti this therapy right now is God. And the way that God works is if we want it, we gotta fight for it. And He gives us circumstances to fix the situations that is going on. So I would say for Haiti, my brothers, I do hope that we come together. I do hope that we have our mindset intact to not only focus on the things that we should focus on, but also understand the circumstances that we have been given is for us to make the right decision. And although the easy route is to cause chaos, the hardest route is the true route. And I do know it's going to be like Woody, it's against your thing. And I do believe in the Thanos method, right? I do believe in the Thanos method. And you're like, Woody, what is you talking about? Overpopulation, not only overpopulation, but also we're not even overly populated. It's just one area that's overly populated. If we go into the country and actually learn and read and actually get the information that we need to get, and what we don't get, right? And this is what we don't get. And this is just coming to me right now. This is just coming to me right now, right? And this is just coming to me right now. Let's think about Jean-Jacques Dessalines. Let's think about Toussaint Louverture, right? And the history of them. They had to go and learn the enemy ways. They had to learn the enemy ways. Right now, we're acting foolish. We're acting foolish. Haiti, Africa, we're really acting foolish. And I think that Ibrahim Traore is he got it. He understood. You have to learn the enemy's way. You have to learn the enemy's way. Because if now you learn the enemy's way, you can teach the enemy's way. And guess what? Now you get to have their weapons against them. Woody, what do you mean by that? In order for me to be able to get out of any law enforcement issues, I had to study the law. I had to know the ways. I had to know how the American judicial system works. I had to know those things. I had to understand how they operate. And right now, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at it. I got degrees in it. So me learning that, right? There's this there's this um there's this slogan that Haitians say, and my Haitians, if you know it, you can say it with me. Male aveti patouye kokobe. That means a warned danger does not harm the disabled. If we already know, we already know how they operate. We know that they're gonna go left. Why don't we strike left? We try to go right in order to get them. We already know where they're gonna strike. So my advice to Haiti right now is understand what's going on. See how everything is operating. There's weird stuff going on right now. And us acting in violence, us acting with hurt and pain and sorrow, that's not gonna get us through it. It's really not. for Africa. Understand what the enemy does. This is how slavery started. They came and showed that we had solution for your problem. We're going to help you solve this problem, but in return, that's where they get you. So what is Nigeria given in return? Because knowing Uncle Trump, he don't do nothing for free. Knowing America, we don't do nothing for free. So my thing is, what is Nigeria gaining off of this? And what are we giving up for that aid? Because now, my thing is, they were involved in it. It's not a Donald Trump thing. It's not just a Donald Trump thing. Nigerian government was involved in it. They gave them the how we would say the pool to pass the test. So my thing is, what are you gaining? Let's not point the finger at the enemy, because we already know what the enemy is here to do. We already know what the enemy is here to do. So what are you gaining? What are you gaining? And I'm gonna find it too. Because I'm gonna do my research. I'm gonna find it, I'm gonna bring it. And I think I'm gonna call this segment the fuck it. I'm gonna just say what's on my mind. Fuck it. Based on the situation. Fuck it. I'm gonna say it. If we scared to say it, guess what? I'm gonna say it. Really don't care. So today, I would say this. Let's stop looking at the screen. Let's stop looking at the things that really don't matter, because that's what they want us to do. They want us to stay. They want us to stay illiterate. They want us to stay not informed. They want us to stay in the dark, right? Let's let's actually look into things. Let's actually look into things. And don't confuse this, right? A lot of times they put us as minorities, but how are we the minorities when we are the majorities? We are the majority. And when I say we, I don't only mean black. I mean every nation that is unwhite in America. We are the majority. We are not the minority. So let's say that in America, we all decide to say, you know what, fuck it, we're going home. Can you believe that airlines will have to shut down? Airlines will have to shut down. There's some train operators that would have to shut down. There's some public transportation that will have to shut down, right? As much that they want to deport and tell us to leave because we're aliens, right? When in reality, if we're really looking in the grand scheme of things, and we're going back to lineage and descendants and stuff, we are all foreign to this land. The land really belongs to the indigenous tribes. So we are all foreign to this land. It's like, how would I put this? It's like a thief calling a thief a thief. Think about it now. A thief calling a thief a thief. And we should send that thief that they call the thief to jail. How messed up is that? So my thing is this, man. At the end of the day, we all love America. America is a land of opportunity, because that's what it was. And not only that, America, since the Americans is the police of the world, I do think that they really need to really police and not plan coups for their own benefits. Because that's the main thing right now. They playing coups for their own benefits and get super excited when they win, and they're gonna win at whatever means necessary. So my advice to you is do your research. And if we really want to send a message, we should actually fund and learn about black finances. We should really learn about black finances. And when I say learn about black finances, I'm not saying the whitewash black finances, the finances that the white people buy and keep the black face on it. I'm talking about real black businesses, real people trying to get off the ground. Because at the end of the day, we are all who we got. We all got one life to live. We all got only one of us at the end of the day. If you don't decide to be the person that's going to make a change, you're going to be left on the wrong side of history. Can you believe, and this is going to be my final thought, right? Can you believe that everything that we're doing here, and to me, I'll tell you this, one of my favorite book in the Bible, and you could go ahead in the Bible and go look at it. One of my favorite book in the Bible is Ecclesiastes. It talks about vanity. It talks about how everything is in vain, but the only true things that stand and remain is God through it all. So this is why life is worth living. Can you believe that? I would say a good 50, 60, 70 years from now, our names is not even going to be remembered by the people that we say that we know. I want that to sink in. Can you believe that a few years from now, your name is never going to be remembered? My name is never going to be remembered. A few years from now. So you that is out here getting things done, building generational wealth, keep doing it. And every time you could reach a hand, lend a hand, and pick someone up, do it. Do it. Because at the end of the day, we only have one of us. And our story lives through the generation that comes and go through us. So today was just rant session with Woody, where I talk about things, and you guys gonna start seeing me on live more often. Whenever I see a topic that really intrigue me, I'm gonna come. I will come on an untraditional day, but I will always try to be doing my best. I will try to do my best, especially for this new year, to remain. Well, just like David said, don't say try. I will do my best. I will do my best to ensure I will do my best to ensure that I am extra consistent with the Sundays. Okay, that even if I don't have a guest, I will come on. Okay, and we will talk. If you guys have a topic at hand, if you guys have someone that you would want to see on the show, let me know, and we will talk, we will debate, and we will go into things that really matters. Okay, so share this live because I will post it. Share it, comment, like, subscribe, do what you need to do. Let's bring the followers up. Let's bring Let's bring knowledge to the people, and let's bring meaningful conversations. All right. And just letting you guys know, I will start bringing in, taking people on. And if I see that you have comments and you have things that you really want to say, I will put you on, and you and I both will I will add you on virtually. Okay. So I could add you on virtually, and that's something that I'm working on. So if you have anything that you would like to say or anything that you want to say, please don't be afraid to DM me at that real wood, that underscore DAT underscore real underscore wood. All right. My name is Woody, and thank you for tuning in to the Ishar podcast.